Okay, part 2. Now, part 2 has to deal with Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I know I changed wardrobe, didn't I? It's more my custom liking. Alright, this is a series of books written by the same author, I believe, Akira Himekawa. And it pretty much follows the game. If you played the game Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, you know the basic plot. Although when I played it at the time, I had no idea it was a prequel, but it's more or less a prequel to the first 2 Zelda games on the NES. And so basically Link, he's just an average kid who gets called into battle by Princess Zelda. You know, he ends up taking over. Initially, his uncle's called out of his house and goes into a dungeon to fight the enemies of Zelda from preventing her kidnapping. But his uncle, I don't want to spoil it too much, but basically Link comes to his uncle's aid, ends up finding out that he is meant to be more than just a typical village farm boy, and as you can see, becomes a mighty warrior. It's just like the game. I mean, even when Zelda goes off to the church and Link has to collect the pendants to get the Master Sword, it's just like the game. It's unbelievably close. They have the Dark World, the Light World, the whistle that takes you everywhere. What is the ocarina? Even the monsters are from the original game. Like in the Dark World, this is the first monster in the first dungeon in the Dark World. He has to face all of them. They're all in here. 2 main differences. Well, a little bit of liberties. Like there's some characters that are invented here that aren't in the game. There's a bandit that helps Link out in the desert. But basically, the main difference is, number 1, all the monsters in the Dark World are actually people. I mean, there are already people in the Dark World that are monsters that return. People turn into monsters. But the monsters that you face and kill, it's never implied that they're people too. And this being a children's book, and Link doesn't kill the monsters. At least not that I could tell. Because they pretty much are people. What he does do is he defeats them, and then they give him a little message or tell him that they hope he defeats again. And second major, I don't want to say issue, but difference is Agnem the Wizard. In the game, he is the alter ego of Ganon. In the book, he's a completely separate entity and a good wizard turned bad. Or I guess a wizard turned into a sorcerer, however you want to phrase it. So, it's an interesting take. There's a little bit more backstory to him. I suppose a little bit more development. Obviously in a video game made in 1991, maybe 90, I can't even remember. It's a little bit harder to have character development because you're limited by cartridge space, and we just weren't ready for that. Matter of fact, they have much deeper games now. I don't buy them. Younger people buy them. I could play this game all day long. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing reading one of my favorite stories and seeing it in comic book form in action. Even though it's pretty much the same thing that I played through in the game, it was nice to have a little bit more dialogue and see how things progress. Whereas the game, I'm doing the progressing, but not really a lot of explanation. A little bit more explanation here. It goes a little tad bit deeper, but not too deep. You recognize everything, including the weapons. Pick it up. I think the price here, it's $7.99. Same thing, go to the Manga store. So I think that is it. We've got the manga. We're working on the other books. I don't have any other announcements other than the Freshman 15 challenge. So, I'm going to call it tonight. But remember, 15 weeks to go. Calling them out. 15 pounds to go. Proving it can't be done. Showing them it can and will be done. Proving it is a myth that you have to gain 15 pounds your first year. Other than that, seems like a good time. Seems like we're good for now. So, we'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll have some more news. And stay informed. Stay in touch. Don't be one of the mindless masses. One of the millions out there living living a mediocre existence. Get informed, stay fit, eat right, regular, unmodified, genetically modified foods, and be one in a million. Alright, I'm out.